Well, hey there friends, it's Chris from Rate the Record, and guess what? Some new music has come out recently, a lot of new music has come out recently, and at the very least, I've decided to put the NMR out there to review some of these songs. I've picked a very small batch of it, 4 songs to be specific. I have opinions on them, and I want to hear yours as well. I like chatting about music, so let's go ahead and do that. But just before we get started, I can step over this way as per usual to remind you that if you like what you see and or hear today, there's one thing, a bunch of things, or all the things I'm about to list that you can do to help show your support for the show, and it is the following: like, subscribe, rate, share, comment, and follow. 6 quick, free, and easy things you can literally do right now, a little later, whenever you feel like, but it's truly appreciated. Without further ado, let's get talking about music. First up on the list today, we have the band Broken Social Scene, who's coming back. They got a brand new album on the way and a big tour as well with another band that I'm doing here on the NMR. We'll get to that momentarily. But this Broken Social Scene song is called Not Around Anymore. Not that I was expecting to dislike this one. Maybe I didn't even know what I was expecting. Maybe I did. I don't know, because I've heard Broken Social Scene in the past. But there's just something about this one I really like. This slower, low-tone groove on this one actually feels very, very pleasing to get through. There's playful instrumentals all over the place too, especially the horns. I think it's one of the more standout things about the song, but there's many things I do like about this song. And the production is fairly solid as well. You know, I keep hearing a little more each time I go back to listen to this song, so I like this idea that I can kind of go back and peel back a few more layers, hear a few more things, and I don't know, just always something to really appreciate about things like that. And overall, I can say I actually really do like this one. Very pleasant and fun track, even with the lyrics seeming somewhat melancholy, but I wouldn't say 100%. It's like a reflection on the past type deal, and just reflecting on what life used to be like, specifically for the band maybe, or even just for a specific band member. But with the song overall, I think it just sounds kind of fun, pleasant, and everything like that. Quite dense in its sound, which actually works really well in its favor. So yeah, I'd say check it out for sure. Next up on the list, as I had mentioned, speaking of Broken Social Scene and previous members of Broken Social Scene, Emily Haynes was once a member and a collaborator of that band, but of course she is of Metric and has been for quite some time. Metric has a brand new song out called Victim of Luck. And maybe there was a collaborative effort on like the ideas going into these separate albums and everything like that, because this song also lyrically kind of reflects on the beginnings of Metric and maybe even specifically Emily herself. It dives into that a lot, it feels very sentimental that way, and the music video for this song too is also very evident of that, so I like how there's this kind of like, this like melding of these song meanings between these two bands that obviously have very deep connections, so I kind of like this thread we got going on here. It's a poppy little number too, like a pop rock type of number. It's not really all that punchy, but it certainly does have some life going on about it. And it's very much in the realm of everything they've been up to since, I would say, like Fantasies in 2009. I know they went far more electronic after that, but like, this is still more of the, it's still kind of like pop synthy and everything like that, but this is definitely more of the guitar-driven stuff that they were known for before. And overall, I can say, you know, it's a nice enough track. It's catchy, it's easy on the ears, but I think ultimately there's not a lot about this song that's specifically going to have me being drawn back to it. Now, with that said, I would gladly check out the new album whenever it does drop, but in the meantime, with just this, I'll probably leave it alone for a while and maybe check it out again when the album actually drops. Next up, we have the band NOFX with a song called Minnesota Nazis. Obviously very timely and relevant to the point of me recording this and everything like that, so obviously you can understand why it's being called that. And I mean, just when everyone thought that this band was done, because they had their farewell tour, they did like, I think 1 or 2 like new tracks post-band, and then I think they were kind of done after that, but they got back together for this one, and they had to stand back up and take a swing at the current political climate, because why wouldn't they? And I mean, you're getting straight up punk with this one too. I mean, not sure what else you would expect from this band. I mean, you shouldn't expect any like new shifts or genre changes or anything, especially because this is meant to be a protest track, so you're gonna get exactly what you would expect from this band. It's energetic, it's got a great pacing to it. I think it's just like maybe like a little over 3 minutes. I didn't write down the time, but it's like it's up there somewhere at the very least. The production's a little iffy, I will say. The mixing is a little strange once in a while. But with that said, to be fair, I mean, this was probably put together very quickly considering the time frame and context of this song. And overall, I can say, even with that said, it is still a decent track, decent protest track too. Realistically, I could have probably made this whole NMR just about protest tracks that have come out in the last couple of weeks. Bruce Springsteen, Dropkick Murphys, NOFX, and I'm sure there's been other ones as well, but I could have done that, but I just kind of randomly picked out this one. threw it in. I do like it. And yeah, you know what? Like, it has to be said anyways. Everyone's saying it, and I absolutely agree with it. Fuck ICE, abolish it, just end this bullshit right now. And also, as a Canadian, I can just very easily say, there is no 51st state, nor will there ever be. Now, if any of what I just said pissed you off, that's fine. I mean, like, of course it's gonna anger some people, and you don't have to stick around this channel. No one's keeping you here, so I mean, you can go off and do whatever you'd like. Other than that, check out the song, why not? And last but not least on the list today, we have the band KNEECAP. They have a brand new album coming out real soon as well. They just dropped a new track from it called Liar's Tale. Realistically, talk about a club banger with this one. This one definitely works for that. A deep pulsing beat, like a lot of sharp electronic stabs going everywhere, just a lot of different sound and textures going on that are just like a lot of fun to get into. And then you have these super solid and aggressive vocal flows that are just working so well here, like everything is like melding really nicely. And yeah, you want to talk about protest tracks, yeah, maybe this one's not about Minnesota or what's going on in the United States, but I mean, like, this is kind of more directed at the UK Prime Minister, I think, is what I was reading about this one. And lyrically, I can't really have much of an opinion on that, because I'm not even going to pretend like I know the full scope and breadth of UK politics. Even American politics, I'm still kind of like a little iffy on. And even my own country, I can get a little iffy on. Things get confusing, but again, I'm not going to pretend like I know what's kind of going on over there. But there is like a very blunt, to the point, just raw confidence in this presentation that I can absolutely dig and appreciate. And overall, I can just leave that right there and say, this is very much an intense track. I do enjoy it. I've heard a lot about KNEECAP. I actually haven't heard a KNEECAP song until today, so I'm probably gonna go back and check a few things out when I can, when I have the time. This one was pounding, fast, aggressive, and just pretty solid all around. I'd say check it out. And that's it for the new music review this week, so thank you very much for joining me, hanging out, and listening to these songs. And if you did indeed listen to these songs, let me know your opinions of them down in the comments below. Do you like them? Do you hate them? Do you agree or disagree with me? What new songs are you listening to lately? All that and more, again, down in the comments below. I'm always curious to hear this stuff, so please and thank you if you would go ahead and do that. And you could also go ahead and check out ratetherecord.ca. That is ratetherecord.ca. The streaming links, the social media links, the RTR album chart to show all the scores for the podcasts I've done in the past, and of course the RTR Club if you feel like donating to the show. It's completely optional, but the option is indeed yours. Everything I do will always be free, but just in case you want to support that way, you can do that. It's all found at ratetherecord.ca. So there's not a lot of news to talk about on the channel. Obviously not much has happened since I released the last NMR. I did say that episode 145 of the podcast was on the way and I was going to record it. Things came up and I wasn't able to do it, but good news, like pretty much when I'm done recording this, I'm jumping right into the podcast, and that's gonna be episode 145, and again, it's gonna be Limp Bizkit and their 1999 album, Significant Other, a very divisive band. You either love them or you hate them. How do you feel about their music? I mean, like, and it's definitely one of their bigger albums, if not one of their biggest, aside from like, you know, Chocolate Starfish, for example. So, what do I think about this album? What do you think about it? Well, you're gonna have to let me know once that video comes out this Monday. I will have it out on Monday morning and you can go check it out. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Other than that, that's all I have. So one more time, thank you very much for joining me. Until I see you again, go listen to even more brand new awesome music. Take care, friends.